What's up, guys? This is NATO, Commissioner of SFL, and we're back to announce the last two divisions for Madden 18. As you all know, the only two divisions still remaining unannounced are the East divisions, the AFC East and the NFC East. So we all know who's going to be the Dolphins. We don't know who the Patriots will be, the Bills, or the Jets. Over on the NFC, we don't know who the Giants will be. We'll know the Cowboys. We already know who the Cowboys is. The Redskins and the Eagles. So those are the last two divisions remaining unannounced. I know a couple of guys have been anxious. And normally I'm not excited. So this is the last video that I'll be making announcing teams. Let's see how we're gonna go. So, what team will you get? I have the shades on today because it's super sunny. Sunny at 8 p.m. inside the house. Anyways, okay, so let's start over with the AFC. So the last division to be announced on the AFC is the AFC East. And we got the Dolphins, the Patriots, the Bills, and the Jets. Coming in with the Dolphins, this guy right here, this guy. Yours truly. NATO will be taking in the Dolphins for Madden 18. And coming in with the Patriots, we got Drake. It's a new member. Dude won 2 Super Bowls last Madden, man. Damn. It's not normal for a new guy to come in SFL and win 2 Super Bowls. Last guy to do it was Conley. So that's it. That's it right there. So let's see who the Bills. The Bills are going to get another relatively new member, but he was stable with the Cowboys over on the NFC side. But he'll be taking part with the Bills. Now the Bills, I know that roster is not looking too great, King Kamasabi, but I mean, that's who you told me. Unfortunately, since you were one of the newest members, I couldn't give you one of your top 5 choices because you picked some pretty popular teams here in SFL, so that's you're gonna be the Bills. And the Jets. Well, the Jets are gonna have a relatively young roster for next Madden. They're going to remain as a reserve team. They're one of the 4 teams that I'm keeping reserved for Madden 18. And those are spots that I intend to fill in with some of the guys that are being added now to the waiting list. And you guys, you're going to have to be patient with me. Richard, Cool Ass Morgan, I know you want to get back into SFL, and you were good when you were here, Morgan. So with the Eagles, life happens, and I know you had to take a break. So we'll be looking. Hopefully, I'm able to give you one of these teams. And I know there's another guy that is looking to join the league. His nickname is Solid Cracker Boy. That's quite a nickname, but yeah, he wants to join SFL. Of course, I'm reserving. I usually reserve these teams, particularly because I have some vets that always come back, and I highly value those guys. And I'm always gonna want them in SFL. Okay, so in any case, let's go over to the NFC East and announce the last division there. So we have the Giants, the Eagles, the Redskins, and the Cowboys. Well, we all know Mark has the Cowboys this man. He was zigzagging, jumping around. He was like, no, I'm definitely not going to be the Vikings this year. He's like, no Vikings for me. So there you go. He picked the Cowboys, and he also wanted the Steelers, and he kept changing his mind all the way out down to the last minute. So I think he's still changing his mind. So, man, Mark, Stick with the boys. Stick with the boys. Anyways, so who's the Giants? The Giants are reserved. You know, one of those guys that I'm always looking to get back in the league was Rod. Rod is a big time Giants fan, and hopefully he comes back. He's been out in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. Anyways, so hopefully he gets back, and he's always brings great competition to SFL. And I mean, without this dude, the SFL wouldn't be around to this day. He's one of those guys that made SFL happen. Alright, so we announced the Giants, the Cowboys, so the Eagles. Killer, you're going back to your Eagles. So, man, if Rod comes back, then you're going to have Killer, Rod, and Mark in this division. That's one hell of a division. Oh, man, I feel bad for the Redskins. Whoever's going to land on the Redskins, you're going to have a hell of a division to deal with. Okay, so Killer Cam coming in with the Eagles, and who's the Redskins? Joe Cool. He's a new member. I like this guy a lot. He came in on the last season for Madden 17, and he was active throughout, more than a lot of you guys. So I wanted to make sure that he got one of his top 3 choices. He wanted the Chiefs. Unfortunately, I had to put suspect there, so here you go, boy. You got the Redskins. So kick some ass there. Kick some ass. So let me give my predictions. Okay, so let's do the NFC East, since I just announced that division and I just spoke about the members there. Okay, this is pending. Let's say Rod comes back, takes over the Giants. Rod, I mean, dude always dominates. He learns the game pretty quick. He laps. I will say he will be taking the division. Rod has always been great in the regular season too. The weather, that giant weather when you get home field, always fucks him up in the playoffs. But hey, everybody has to deal with that as well. Though I would say Rod winning that division with Mark, I mean, coming in like a win behind, maybe winning 12 games, 11 games, and being second in that division. And Killer coming in at 3. Killer sometimes takes a little bit to pick up the game. He's not necessarily great right away. But I would say maybe Killer can win 8 games on season 1. Probably needs to build up that quarterback a little more. And then coming in with the 4, Redskins and Joe Cool. Unfortunately, that's a hell of a division. I mean, even without Rod, you got to deal with Killer and Mark. And that's pending. I mean, I'm fully expecting Rod to come back anyway. So that's probably the best. I mean, that's the best division in SFL, I would say. Okay, so the AFC East. I didn't give my prediction when I announced the teams a couple of minutes ago. So I'm gonna say I can't pick myself. How can I pick myself against a recent 2-time Super Bowl winner in SFL? I don't know. I can't. Anyways, Drake should win this division with the Patriots, and the Patriots will be no joke. That roster will be pretty good, full of young bucks, and damn, those defensive backs are gonna give me hell. And of course, man, I mean, what the hell? I'm gonna have Cutler, a quarterback. So maybe I'll be trading. Man, who's calling me? This is what happens when you record with your phone. Anyways, man, Tannehill and Cutler, quarterback. I'll trade them both for a bag of chips. Bag of chips? Anybody? No? Anyways, so the Patriots should win this division. And then, of course, coming in with number 2, the Dolphins. I don't know if I'm going to make the playoffs. I will have an old roster, so I will say the Dolphins number 2. And remember, we don't know who's going to be the Jets, so maybe some badass mofo ends up taking the Jets and just kicks my butt. Anyways, King Kamasabi is going to come in at number 3 with the Bills. We don't know who the Jets is going to be, so that's what I'm predicting. And I don't know enough about Kamasabi yet to see if he's going to be able to take this division. I don't think either of us is going to be able to overtake a guy who gave Conley problems over on the AFC South last night. But hey, I got Cutler, man, that gunner. Anyways, so that's it for all the team announcements for SFL and Madden 18. And I can't wait for the season to start. And what are the plans for SFL as we gear up for the new Madden? Obviously, I think it's like 7 or 6 days until the EA access comes up, but that's only 10 hours. And the game, we're still how many days away? We're still like 14 days away from the actual game releasing, fully completely out and ready for us to start. The game always has issues, so we're gonna have to wait for them to patch things up. So hopefully the game doesn't come out too buggy. I want to start the season ASAP. Okay? Get the ball rolling and kicking. And as for those of you that are on the waiting list, please be patient. You may have to wait 1 or 2 more weeks until you find out what team I'm going to be able to give you. And to be honest, I can't promise you that I'm going to be able to hand you a team. I will speak to you privately and let you know if you're certain to get a team or you're not. That's all I can give you at the moment. So this is NATO SFL, and I'll see you next video.